What if I told you that some Kennedy half-dollars sitting unnoticed in drawers, coin jars, and old collections could be worth far more than their face value? Most people see a 50-cent coin and move on, but collectors know a different story. Every Kennedy half-dollar carries history, mystery, and sometimes surprising value. Welcome back to Old Coin Empire, the channel where we uncover the stories hidden inside America's most fascinating coins. Today, we're exploring 4 Kennedy half-dollars from 1974, 1995, 1998, and 2008. These coins may look ordinary, but each one has a unique journey that reflects a different chapter of American history. Let's begin with the first coin. The year was 1974. America was going through one of the most dramatic periods in its modern history. The Vietnam War was ending, inflation was rising, and the nation was dealing with political uncertainty. Yet in the middle of all these events, the United States Mint continued producing Kennedy half-dollars. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar carried the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy, a leader whose memory remained powerful more than a decade after his tragic assassination. By 1974, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become a collector favorite. When it was first introduced in 1964, people rushed to save them as souvenirs and keepsakes. As a result, many never entered regular circulation. The 1974 version was struck in both Philadelphia and Denver. Millions were produced, making it a common date. However, that doesn't mean every example is ordinary. Collectors often search for high-grade specimens with strong details and bright luster. Coins that survived without heavy wear can command premiums. A 1974 Kennedy half-dollar in average, circulated condition might only be worth face value, but a pristine mint-state example can attract serious attention. Another reason collectors enjoy this coin is because it represents the early copper-nickel era. Unlike the silver Kennedy half-dollars of the 1960s, these coins contained no silver for circulation strikes. Many people mistakenly assume all Kennedy half-dollars are silver. That's not true. By 1974, regular circulation pieces were made from copper-nickel-clad composition. Still, the coin remains historically important. It reminds collectors of an America adjusting to major changes while continuing to honor one of its most beloved presidents. Today, finding a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar in circulation is becoming less common because fewer half-dollars are used in everyday transactions. That alone adds excitement for collectors. The next time you see one, take a closer look. You might be holding a small piece of American history that has traveled through 5 decades of change. Fast forward to 1995. The internet was beginning to enter American homes. Technology was changing daily life, and the world looked very different from the era when Kennedy had served as president. Yet the Kennedy half-dollar remained. The 1995 Kennedy half-dollar is often overlooked because it lacks the fame of silver issues or major era coins. But that's exactly what makes it interesting. Millions of examples were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Most entered Federal Reserve storage rather than daily circulation because half-dollars had become less popular in commerce. As a result, many 1995 Kennedy half-dollars survived in excellent condition. Collectors appreciate this date because attractive examples are relatively easy to find, making it a great entry point for new collectors building a Kennedy series set. Proof versions produced in San Francisco are especially popular. These coins were made specifically for collectors and feature mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. A beautiful proof coin can look almost like a miniature work of art. The 1995 issue also tells the story of a denomination struggling to remain relevant. While quarters and dollar bills dominated everyday transactions, the half-dollar slowly became a collector's coin rather than a circulating coin. This transition makes coins from the 1990s fascinating historical artifacts. They represent a period when American coinage was changing not because of metal content, but because of how people used money. Many collectors still search rolls and bank boxes, hoping to find exceptional examples with strong strikes, clean surfaces,
and possible mint errors. Even though most 1995 Kennedy half dollars are not rare, the thrill of finding an outstanding specimen keeps collectors interested. Sometimes the value of a coin isn't just measured in dollars. Sometimes it's measured by the story it tells.
Now let's move to 1998. At first glance, the 1998 Kennedy half dollar appears very similar to earlier issues. The same portrait, the same eagle reverse, the same denomination. But every year adds another chapter to the coin's long story. By 1998, half dollars rarely appeared in everyday change. Many Americans could go years without seeing one. This growing scarcity in circulation helped increase collector interest. The 1998 Kennedy half dollar was struck primarily for collectors and banking demand. Most examples remain affordable today, but high-grade pieces can still command premiums. One of the most exciting aspects of modern coin collecting is condition rarity. A coin may have a large mintage, but finding one with virtually flawless surfaces is much harder. That challenge drives many Kennedy half dollar enthusiasts. Collectors examine every detail under magnification, searching for strong strikes, minimal marks, and exceptional eye appeal. The 1998 issue also represents the final years before major changes in the Mint's collector programs during the 21st century. It stands as a bridge between traditional modern coinage and the rapidly evolving collector market. Proof versions from San Francisco are especially attractive. Their reflective fields and frosted designs create a stunning contrast the collectors call cameo appearance. For many hobbyists, collecting Kennedy half dollars isn't just about value. It's about completing a historical timeline. Each coin marks another year in America's story, and the 1998 issue is an important part of that timeline. Finally, we arrive at 2008. America was entering one of the most challenging economic periods in modern history. Financial markets were struggling, headlines were filled with uncertainty, and the nation was preparing for significant changes. During this remarkable year, the United States Mint continued producing Kennedy half dollars. The 2008 Kennedy half dollar represents the modern age of the series. By this time, most half dollars were produced primarily for collectors rather than circulation. As a result, many people never encountered them in daily transactions. This gives the 2008 issue a unique place in the Kennedy half dollar story. Although millions were minted, they often remained within the collecting community. For collectors today, the 2008 Kennedy half dollar serves as a reminder that coin collecting is still alive and evolving. Modern coins may not seem old, but every year that passes adds historical significance. Children born when these coins were minted are now young adults. Time has a way of transforming ordinary objects into pieces of history. Collectors search for exceptional mint state examples, interesting errors, and attractive toning patterns. Even a common coin can become special when preserved in outstanding condition. The 2008 Kennedy half dollar also demonstrates the enduring popularity of President Kennedy's image on American coinage. Decades after his presidency, his portrait continues to inspire interest among collectors worldwide. And that is perhaps the greatest achievement of the Kennedy half dollar series. It has survived changing economies, changing technology, and changing generations. Yet it remains one of America's most recognizable coins. Outro, which Kennedy half dollar do you think has the most interesting story? The 1974, 1995, 1998, or 2008? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through American coin history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another treasure hunt. Thank you for watching Old Coin Empire. And remember, sometimes the most valuable discoveries are hiding in plain sight.